Hey everybody, welcome to Limitless Radiocast, episode 26. Stick with us today as we hang out with a fellow BJJ practitioner located in Philly, Pennsylvania, out of Logic BJJ. And remember to go out and check out rollamongus.com for all your fight gear needs. Fight shorts, rash guards, gis, t-shirts. rollamongus.com. At checkout, put in Limitless20. And also go out and check out battlebomb.com. They have CBD and non-CBD infused rub for all those aches and pains that you might get during any kind of training, everyday work, everyday life. Remember, at checkout, Limitless20 for a 20% discount, battlebomb.com. And we are proud to bring this show to you by Magic City Brewing Company located in Akron, Ohio. Go out, check them out. Great place ran by great people. Also, check out M&H Beans for all your coffee needs. Get a subscription. They'll ship all over the world. They have amazing coffee, some of the best coffee in the world. On this show, we drink it all the time. It's drank in my household. We drink it multiple times. Dad speakers, highly recommend. Go out there, check out M&H Beans. Without further ado, thanks for joining us and enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome to the show, man. We're hanging out with Kyle Huang. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under, and I'm going to say it like this, ANDRÉ GALVÃO through Kristian Woodmansee, one of our friends here on the show. And he's also big time photographer, gamer, and a hunter, right?
Yep. Everything, every interesting hobby that.
Right on, man. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, that's all right.
Of course.
Yeah, appreciate it very much, man. We always keep things pretty, just chilling, just hanging out, talking about whatever. Obviously, we, talk about jiu-jitsu a lot and get into all that good stuff. And what we were just, Chad, you were bringing up what a match that was it on today?
There was an event. There's an event today. Yeah, I think it was over in the UK, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. How many competitors do they have?
I'm not sure how many was on today because there was a prelim and then it was a team versus team thing. So
okay.
It's all day thing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
When's the last time you competed, Kyle?
Actually, like a while ago, like brown belt.
Nice.
Because, So like brown belt, I think it was like New York Open. Like something. I think it's the New York Summer Open, and then it was like 2020, and then 2021. Got my black belt. Let me see. I think January 2nd. Yeah, January 2nd.
Of this year.
COVID happened. No, last year.
Or last year. Okay.
Last year.
Nice.
Yeah, as soon as I got in, then 2 months later, COVID happened. So like I was gonna want to compete like that year because like January, and then there's like a bunch of tournaments. I was like, I can't do Pan Ams because you needed points. Mm-hmm. So I was let me just hit up like smaller tournaments. I'm really not a big fan of like smaller tournaments like Naga or like the Good Fight grappling industry.
Sure.
Yeah.
More into, well, if you ask Kristian, he never goes to those. So he's more like IBJJF, like purely IBJJF event. He'll like go to those if like a lot of students will compete in it. But yeah, points was like in the way because I couldn't travel like much, but you couldn't either. So as soon as COVID hit, like everything got canceled.
Yeah, it's just
and then it's just like terrible. But I signed up for like Pan Am. So like my first tournament is next month.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
Pan Am, because this one they told us that you didn't need points for black belt.
Nice.
So I was like, I'm gonna sign up.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
You don't have to travel too much to win a match to go to Pan Ams now. So, but for Worlds, they're gonna have it for points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next month, September is the first black belt tournament.
What are you, a light feather?
Yeah, 141 under.
141. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Exciting weight class.
It's all everyone's good. Yeah. Everyone. No match is like an easy match, and like, but that's like every black belt for sure. Like featherweights even worse.
Yeah.
It just gets worse. I think Rooster is a little better, but like Kristian would be like, Kristian would tell me like cuts Rooster. I'm like, dude, like I have nothing else to cut,
You're like, I'm already tapped out, man. Like, what do you want me to do? Got a leg off.
I walk around normally like 141.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So like if I cut, I just got to cut my gi weight.
Yeah. So 38, 30.
Yeah. So like, he's like, hey, cut, you make Rooster. He's like, yo, you make Rooster. you'd be the biggest guy in the division. I'm like, I know, but like,
You'd be
that's
miserable.
a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight to cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told him like, if I'm like interested in doing that, I would like test cut for like a local IBJJF, but not like Worlds or Pan Ams, you know?
Sure.
Because I want to see how my body reacts to that weight cut.
That's a hard weight cut, especially if you've never done that before. If you've never cut that much, you know what I mean? Like that's a huge cut.
Like, and you're already pretty lean, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I mean.
Yeah. So like, it's just tough to cut. Yeah. I understand if I like plan months out, like slowly cut, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't think I want to do it.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, man. I always say, and I always tell my guys too, there's a difference between losing weight and cutting weight.
Yeah.
Right. If you gotta, like you're saying, lose the weight up until and then cut that last week or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no way. Too much, man. My first tournament way back in the day, we didn't know any better. You know, my coach, he was a blue belt, and I walk around about 145, 150, and he had me cut to 135.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Bad.
And we didn't know it.
Grips.
Yeah, like, man. That was a white belt.
My forearm.
Yeah.
What's going
local
on?
tournament, I would be like, yo, just don't cut. Just go into the weight that you're fighting at and just have fun. You know.
And to boot, I'm 6'1", so I'm tall for that. For what I weigh anyway. Yeah.
You're super tall. I'm like 5'7".
Yeah. So
it's crazy. No cutting.
No
cut.
cutting.
Just doing.
No.
And you've said that before, Chad. Like when guys were like, "Oh, I want to get down to this weight class," and you're like, "It's a local tournament, man." Like.
Yeah,
guys out of our gym, Kyle. Like, you know, Chad will be like, "No."
Cutting?
He's like, "What are you doing? Like, just go in."
I mean, if you're within a pound or two of being on the heavy side of a weight class, that makes sense. That makes sense.
If you're on the low of your weight class, cut that and then you'll be on the high. You know? But like if you're in the middle or you're above, you're like at the top, you don't need a cut.
Yeah. And then we'll have some, older guys in their 40s who want to compete, talk about cutting. I'm like, listen, you might not even have anybody show up. You're going to cut weight.
Jump up.
And they're going to put you all in an absolute
put you in a different one.
Exactly. So, that's another thing I don't like about like just a local tournament. It's just one, like you'll see like blue belt doing like a lot of heel hooks and knee bar, like dangerous. I see like people getting hurt. I'm like, dang. Yeah. I understand like it's good to know how to do everything now, like especially for lower belt, but it's hard.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. One of our guys, one of my students, Jay Stu, he was doing a grappling industries, and toe holds are illegal at blue belt.
Yeah.
He hit a sweep and dude like dove on a toe hold and popped his foot, and like
you just got to be careful. It's not risk of like getting hurt, because like some of the guys, like that's their career, like there's their own careers on the line, so it's not just jiu-jitsu, and then they can't go back to work, and they're like, oh man, that's terrible. Luckily, I don't have anything else to do besides jiu-jitsu. I stay away from the legs, and I don't do a lot of no-gis either. So it's like for me, it's more kimonos. I like to pull guard, get the grips, and then start from there playing my game. But no-gi is fun for sure. I was just rolling at like my friend's house. We all got together to do like a little no-gi like training. It's definitely fun. If I remember, I was like, it's probably like 2 years ago. I did no-gi like class.
Oh wow. Okay. So you're sticking to that gi.
Like I'll roll. Yeah, like I like it, but definitely not as much as I like in the gi. Yeah.
Yeah. True. It's like a necessary evil, right?
Yeah, like heel hooks and stuff. It's like Kristian's really good at explaining a lot of like legs. Yeah. Like keeping the knee, capture entangling the legs and stuff like that. I just didn't like really go to his no-gi class. I'm in the gi class and I'm taking pictures. I'm there. I'm there every day. But I need to get back into the no-gi because it is fun.
Yeah, I was just telling Chad like how I like it, but I like it for more of the workout aspect because you get.
It's less tiring, I feel like, in no-gi.
Yeah, and you can just keep going. Like, the grips are obviously way different, and obviously your fingers and whatnot. But I'm like, man, I get a heck of a workout when I do no-gi because I'm just going and I'm melting and I feel great. And obviously, submissions or movements are not a lot different, but they're harder to get sometimes, especially when you're really sweaty. Versus getting a grip on a kimono and having a hold of it, and being able to move that kind of way and loop chokes and all that good stuff. So. Chad's steered me to stay in the gi, and which I'm I'm an older person too, so it's like I'm cool. I don't need that. That's for young cats like you, Kyle.
Yeah, I feel I feel like that too. Like injury wise, like I feel like I get more injured in the no gi.
Yeah.
Just like right now we have a good mat. Like the mats are Fuji mats, so like a little grippy.
Mm-hmm.
But we used to have like the Dolomers mats at the first location. Man, when you do no-gi class, you couldn't like try to go for a takedown. When the training starts, after one round, it's so slippery.
It's just full of, yeah.
So like, so a lot of time, like, just say I like try to come off for a sweep, and then like I post my hand, my shoulder will pop out, and then pop right back in. It's like the small injuries, you know, like, I know, like, yeah. So like, I pop my shoulder out so many times. So like, sometimes I know, like, if like as soon as I pop, I was like, all right, it takes like a few days, so I'll come back to training again. But sometimes I like pop really bad. I'm like, oh, I need to take like a good 2 weeks off before like I can like train really hard again. But like,
sure,
definitely injury wise, but like no-gi is like, oh, it's up here. But yeah, yeah.
How long you been training
like that
in jiu-jitsu? When did you start?
So I started, I think, when I was like around 11.
Wow.
11 years old. So I moved here from China when I was like, I think turning 10.
Okay.
I believe it was like the year, I think maybe like 2006.
Okay.
Or 2007. Yeah. So I started karate first though. So I started karate because my parents like put me in there. They saw my cousin doing it. So like, oh, he's doing it, you're doing it too. And they're working all the time. So like they don't watch me. So they just like sign me off for karate. And then from there on, my karate teacher, they started a jiu-jitsu program. They were like blue belt back in the day. And then I kind of sat and watched a little bit because like I wait for my dad to like pick me up after karate class, and it ends at 8. He picks me up around like 8:30. So I've always like watched a while for like maybe 30 minutes. And then they're like, oh, you should be in this class. I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't really know how to speak English either because I just got here, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then eventually,
like, okay.
Yeah, right. They're like grappling and stuff, like strimping, hip escaping. I'm like, that's cool. and then I like finally like got into it and started training. So basically, like from karate, I just threw away karate because like I was so close to get my black belt, but it's not realistic, like legit black belt, because you could literally get black belt in karate in 2 years.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
It can be, you know.
It can be, yeah, for kids. Right.
It's for kids. It's for like performance, so a lot of forms. But I feel like it did help a lot with like balancing and stuff like that. So yeah, I just like literally threw away. I stopped doing karate because I was turning like 12, 13, and then I'm like, all right, this is kind of weird. Like for me, it was like it's starting to like feel corny, like doing like punching and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not gonna do all that stuff outside. If like realistically, like it's more for self-defense back in the day. And then I like got into jiu-jitsu, started struggling because of it was like adults in class, you know. And then I just started training, and then never done karate again. And then let me see, my instructor, he's still so he was a blue belt back then. He's brown belt still right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you surpassed him.
Yeah. And then a lot of my friends, they stopped doing jiu-jitsu. I'm like the only one that's like still in it. Yeah, like they either threw away martial art completely just because like, you know, life happens, and or I know some like stuck with karate, like a lot of like more like performance of like showcasing of karate. Okay. Yeah, like forms, backflips and stuff like that. Like I don't do that. I don't want to break my neck. They're like, oh, just do this. I'm like, no. I like pull guard and stay on the ground, stay low to the ground. No backflips or side flips for me. No way. Yeah. But
come here. Let me pull guard on you, and then I'll sweep you. And then
yeah, exactly.
You do all the flips you want.
Yeah. I stay away from that. Yeah. So start training around like 12, 11. You can say that. I'm 26 right now. Nice. I just turned 26. So
happy birthday, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. He's a young pup, isn't he?
Jack? Yeah. I got 20 years on you.
20 years on him. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I'm close. I'm 18 years on you. So, but it's all good, man. Yeah, it's all good. How old's Kristian?
How old is he?
Yeah.
I think he's 31.
That's what okay. I thought he's young too. So you're right
he's
there
not over. He's definitely not 33.
Okay.
So he's either 31 or 32.
Okay.
So he's either turning 32 this year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you guys end up meeting?
I mean, I've always known. I mean, it's weird because like such a small world, right? The world's big, but like it's so small where like when I first saw Kristian like on social media back when like Instagram didn't like exist.
Sure.
So like I saw him training at HQ and he was sponsored by Hyperfly too.
Oh, okay.
And I was supported by Hyperfly as well because of my connection of like the old team that they're kind of part of too, like with the Hibero.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's when they first started the company, they were training with Salo Hibero at the University of Jiu-Jitsu in San Diego. So I got sponsored by them by going to Pan Am. They saw me like compete a little bit, so we kind of talked. I got a show-your-old gi, and they're like, "Oh, you got to sell that show-your-old gi, and then we'll send you guys a new gi." I'm like, "But I waited in line for this one." Yeah. So I remember seeing Kristian way back like at Grappler's Quest in like Jersey.
Wow.
And he's like walking around like shirtless, medals and stuff, mohawk, tattoo. I'm like, what the hell is this guy? You know? But like he's like completely different now. But like I know him when he started training at Atos. I didn't know when he was in Philly, when he was like at Fight Sport, when he was at Drysdale. I didn't know him. But when he moved to San Diego, that's why I started seeing like more like posts of him.
Sure.
And he's like traveling, right now he's traveling everywhere. And he's Hyperfly as well. So like I met him when he was in Philly doing a seminar. So I went to a seminar to like see like I just want to like learn from him because like I've been with the same gym since like white to purple belts, and the politics of like not being able to like go to other school and train and like other like other jiu-jitsu players that's not in the same team, like they kind of like didn't want me to go to their seminars. So I asked just because I feel like I needed to, I guess, but I asked and they didn't really like my coach didn't like respond back. So I just went anyway. I'm like, he's gonna be here for that day, like a Saturday. So I'm going to go because I don't know when he's gonna come back. I just want to learn some new jiu-jitsu, new skills, and I feel like we have the same type of game. So like I wanted to go. I don't want to like miss out on the opportunity, right? And then I went and met him, trained with him a little bit, and I got in trouble by going to the seminar.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like, you go again, we'll kick you off the competition team, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Wow.
And then eventually I left the school because it's just like it's too much like unnecessary like drama of like you not able to. It's a seminar,
Sure. It's knowledge.
It's, it's not like that right there kind of like just threw me off because of like I've been training with you guys for like from white to purple. So the loyalty is going to be there. But if you like, I could go any gym I want, but at the end of the day, when I come back, I'm training with you guys, right? So if you that insecurity kind of like threw me off, where like, man, like I don't like this vibe right now. Like,
yeah,
sure. you're telling me that like I can't go to another, like just a seminar down the street that I can't attend. That if I ever do that again, I get kicked off, a competition team. Like, what does that even mean? Like,
right.
There's competition. I'm just going to sign up. They do I feel like a lot of competition team does like, because like they get extra patches. They make people pay a little bit more to it. But my father like pay for a lifetime membership there too. So like I didn't have to pay anything anymore. And I made the choice to like leave because I didn't feel like that's like a positive environment for me anymore.
Sure.
So yeah, I started training like another school, and then eventually me and Kristian connect, and then now we're running the school together with my wife Morgan. Yeah.
I was gonna say so Morgan teaches with you as well, right? You guys both teach at Logic, and
she
Philly,
doesn't.
right?
She teaches the fit class.
Okay.
Strength and conditioning class.
Yeah, right on.
And she's like basically the manager of the gyms. Like she take care of all the numbers.
Okay.
All the emails coming in. I'm the closer, so like when someone comes in, I talk to them about the membership, and I close them. I was like, yo, sign up. I was like, yo, sign this contract right now. Sign this waiver. Sign this contract.
Yeah, just see this piece of paper. Just write your name down.
Exactly.
Don't read it.
Don't read it.
Don't read it. Just sign it down.
Yeah. So like I signed up like all the members that's training with us.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
It's cool to see like.
And you guys are doing really well right now too, right?
Yeah.
We just doing really well.
We just found a new location. That's probably like it's probably like 2-3 blocks away from the old location.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had to like shut down, close down everything because of COVID.
Right.
And this location is great. The only problem is we don't have AC.
Oh.
Yeah. So in summertime it gets hot.
Yeah.
But like I mean, I feel like for the adults it's okay, but for the kids it's
tough.
A little bit trouble. Yeah. So far we only like canceled one class because it was really hot that day. But other than that, kids training, they're not like dying or like having trouble.
Sure.
But
builds character.
It's tough.
Builds character,
it's
man.
tough.
I mean, that's tough. And you put as a kid, it stinks, but at the same time, it's like, if you've ever played sports or did anything in your life, man, there was times when you had to do something that was really awful. Even jiu-jitsu, like having somebody on top of you is really awful.
Exactly.
So
I feel like jiu-jitsu is great for like kids. Like if you're starting young, it's like really awesome because like you can experience success and failure at the same time when you're that young. So you lose a match, you're like, you take it in, you know how to deal with it, Like we didn't get to do that until like teens and adults' life.
Sure, right.
Of like, dang, like my hand's not raised, and dang, my hand raised, and then now you want to work more, like work harder and harder,
Sure.
But it's cool to see like kids now like getting out there. Because I was at Pan Am's, like kids Pan Am's taking pictures. Man, these kids are crazy, insane.
Like just the talent,
so good, so good.
Yeah, Chad and I have talked about that before, like the evolution of where jiu-jitsu was, where it's going, the community and how it's growing and getting, bigger. Cause obviously, the community is somewhat small, but it's getting bigger, People are like, what's jiu-jitsu? But, I feel like
COVID definitely like slowed down a little bit.
Sure.
Right. Like how all the events are going. Cause now you start seeing like panic, like I think who was it? I think it was Kanan that post about like the worlds or like IBJJ, like worlds wouldn't matters anymore and stuff like that.
Oh, Keenan.
Yeah. I read it. I was like, it makes sense in certain ways, but man, when you're in that type of environment,
it matters.
It's different. Yeah, it's different, especially for all these new, young, hungry guys at black belt coming up. Man, they're like, that's all they do. Like, what else they're gonna do?
Right.
And that's all like they need that type of environment.
Yeah.
And they're going and they're working really hard for it. So and I feel like a lot of super fights too coming up. So
I think it matters because like you said, them up and coming guys, that's their ticket to a seminar tour if they win a gold or a sponsorship, a gym, a sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that, you're an IBJJF world champion. That's big.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's whether it's 20 years ago or now, I think it's still big.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
It can kind of project your career too.
Yeah,
right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely projects your career for sure.
Yeah.
So I see you got some ink on that right arm.
Yeah,
that's nice, arm. Man. Yeah, your whole arm. I like that. It's sweet looking. Yeah.
So like this part, it's like I kind of got it earlier, kind of rushed it.
Nice.
And then I had the person who did the rest of my arm to finish the shading.
Oh, okay. So is that a koi?
Like,
Do you have a koi going up?
That's a
nice.
koi. And then that's a Hane mask.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And then the inside is like the phoenix.
Oh,
man, that looks
very
good.
cool.
Yeah,
I like
and then
that.
the tail goes here. Yeah.
Nice.
The koi outline kind of scarred me out because when you feel the tattoo, you can feel the line. Then you're scarred.
Oh, yeah.
So like the rest of my arm, you can't feel any lines.
Wow. How long have you had that?
I had that probably like almost 3 years. 3 years.
Okay.
My arm, yeah. The guy is really good. He's like booked 2 years out. If you like,
wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's from Philly, so he moved to California already. Like,
oh, wow. Okay.
This year he moved to Cali
Nice.
to start a new like journey.
Turning a rough patch of opening up anything like that, like doing tattoos,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I mean, good on those guys. Like Chad and I have a really good tattooist going through, and I just got a few weeks ago.
Nice.
So I have the koi coming up, you know, it comes all the way up, and I have the samurai head here that ends up on my
That's
elbow
sick.
with some paninis. And
Yeah.
it's crazy because like I have this all done all the way up into my chest, and this is 25 years old. So we're going to go back and redo it. But when you said sticking up, like this stuff here, like it sticks up. And I got that when I was 18. So it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
super old.
Yeah, if you could feel it, if you could feel the lines,
It like,
it's like
yeah.
scar. But yeah, it's okay.
It looks good. Like I noticed it as you were moving, and I'm like, I think that's a koi that's on his arm.
Yeah.
So that's
I
awesome.
wish the other my guy who did the sleeves did the koi, because man, it's a different style. It's so
Yeah.
good. But
Nice.
I was just like kind of bummed about that. I was like, that's okay. Yeah, I rushed that one. I was like 18, I think. I was like, what the hell was I thinking?
That's
You
what
know?
happens, man. Like you want to get your first tattoo, and you're so excited because you're like, I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Yeah, I'm not getting any more tattoo. This thing, like, it didn't hurt. It's just like so much time, and it's just like irritating. It's like I just sit there. I think I did like 8 hour sessions on it. I was like, that's like too much.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Well, you're like a Christian. He's got like head tattoos.
Yeah.
I
He's got
know.
this. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo. You know what's crazy? He got, so the day that, and then his arm too, right? You see his arm.
Yeah, his arm all the way down. Yeah.
So literally the day that he got his head done, he came in and trained.
Oh,
I'm not surprised with Christian.
Literally-
I mean,
Shave head, and then he got
He
his
just-
tattoo. He came in and he trained.
he's
Freaking like passing with the head.
he's
I'm like,
just-
yo.
He's nuts.
When he got his arm done though, like, man, it was swollen.
I
It was
bet.
swollen, and then he still trained. I was like, what are you doing, dude?
He's crazy.
Like, I took like 2 weeks off because I didn't want to mess up my arm. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
that's what Chad was telling. So I trained not the very next day. I was off like 2 days. I took like 2 days off and then started training right away. And my arm was I wrapped it underneath, wore a
Yeah.
long sleeve rash guard, and then it was burning just from guys grabbing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, and Chad asked me, he's like, you all right? And I was like, my arm's on fire, man.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, I'm going home. Like, I'm done. Like I only rolled like once or twice that night. And I was like, I'm out. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna be
wouldn't
a
risk
baby.
it.
Yeah. And then
I
I
wouldn't
started
risk it.
panicking. Yeah.
Because if you're paying for it, like you're paying a lot of money for it,
Yep.
the art to be finished, you don't want to like mess it up.
Mess
And then
it up.
if you had to go back, and then the tattoo artist is going to be like, yo, how well,
How'd you- I
how'd
told you
mess
not
up
to
this
do that.
line?
Right. I told you
You
not.
know,
And
why is this line cricket?
Yeah.
our tattoo guy knows that we train jujitsu. So
Hmm.
go ahead, Chad.
And I was going to say, not to mention, it's an open wound. You don't want to get it all
Right,
you know,
exactly.
Yeah,
infected and
Right. Well, the second session after going back and my up around my elbow and my arm up here, that was all new skin that's never been tattooed yet. And that night, it was the next day. Yeah. It was bleeding like during a roll, and I could feel it. I was like, something's wrong.
man.
So I took all the stuff off, and I was like, blood was running down my arm. And that's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, it's an open wound. I was like, I probably should go home right now and take a shower. I was like, I need to clean
definitely.
this thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, be
You gotta
smart.
be smart about it.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
smart.
I don't think I ever like train right after I got the tattoo done. I just wait because I was like, jujitsu is gonna be there next week.
Still gonna
so
be
I'm
there.
just gonna train.
Right.
You know?
It's like getting an injury. It's like don't come back too soon.
Don't force it.
What I mean?
Yeah.
To make it worse.
Injury's the worst.
You know.
You guys have ever had like a crazy injuries happen?
I mean, and knock on wood, this is my 17th year of jiu-jitsu and nothing major. I mean, you know, I had some, you know, aches and pains, of course, and fingers jacked up and all that, but nothing crazy.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. I'm a white belt, Kyle. So I'm still fairly new, about almost 18 months now, I think. And that was with COVID, you know, and whatnot. But yeah, the most for me is, you know, face marked out because you know, two white belts going, you know, against each other is like two bulls. You know, when you're learning and you're like, sure, a pull guard, I don't know what that is. I just tackle your butt and take you down. You know, that I'm way beyond that now, but yeah, I haven't had anything, thank God, and I won't, because fortunately
just train with the higher belts, just train with blue belts and up.
Grab it, like, just be smart.
Just do that.
That's what he says all the time.
It's
Kristian
okay.
Even,
It's okay to tell people no, you know, hey, you want to roll? No, I'm good. You know?
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to like, oh, I got it. You don't ever feel bad, you know?
Sure.
Like if you're the last one sit out and then like, oh, there's one more person.
Yeah.
Kristian's like huge on that, but like he always like, hey, if you don't want to end up with someone you don't want to roll with, pick your partner before the round starts. Like round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Now you're never gonna be like end up with someone you don't want to roll with, like someone that's like way bigger, or like flip it way smaller, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, so that's a huge thing.
Yeah. Them big guys, man. We got a lot of big guys right now.
We got big guys. I don't know why we have big guys.
I know, same, man.
Look at Kristian. Look at me. And one of our black belts, Dennis. I'm like, yo, why are you guys here?
Yeah.
They're like 200. I'm like, yo. And I never roll with them.
You're like, yeah. See, you just said. You're like, I'm not rolling with that guy.
Yeah. I'm like, nah. I have my partner. I have like my training partner throughout the like days when they come in right before class starts. I already know like who I'm going to train with.
Sure.
And it's always going to be beneficial for both of us. Because like when I roll with bigger guys, like it's not that I can't take them, but it's just like I'm using way too much energy trying to like do something that I can do with someone like my size.
Sure.
You know?
More in your area and stuff like that.
I don't go over like I would say 180.
Okay.
I'll stay like 180 below. Anything over 180 is just like way too big. And then like I'm like wasting my like it's like we do like 5-6 minute rounds for 6 rounds, 5 rounds, and then like I don't want to be tired like after the first round.
Sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And I don't roll I like to roll with Randy a lot.
Do you? Yeah.
He's strong as hell. He's way too strong. So like sometimes the guys, I'm like, yo, you're way too strong for me tonight. Stay away from you.
And Randy doesn't stop moving.
Yeah, he don't stop.
He does not stop.
He doesn't give up.
He just he's just relentless. Does he have a wrestling background? Did he wrestle?
No, maybe a little. I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, he's getting ready for his Muay Thai tournament. That's coming out like 2 weeks. So he's been cutting weight.
Yeah. I actually called him yesterday and we chatted on the phone for a little bit. So
yeah, he's at the gym like all day, every day. He's talking about 6 a.m. We have a 6 a.m. Muay Thai. He's there. Yeah. All day.
Yeah. You should. I got to find when first time he walked in our gym, I think he just got out of the military and he probably weighed 190. Chubby dude, you know, he's 5'3". He might tell you he's 5'4", but I think he's lying.
Wait, is he? Well, so how tall is Kristian? I mean, I've been around him, but I've been around him.
Kristian is definitely shorter than Randy.
That's what I was gonna say. He's like 5. He's like 5'2". He jokes because he'd be like, "I'm 5 foot." Like that's what he said before. Yeah. And I'm like, "You're taller than 5 foot, man." My wife is 5 foot. I'm like, "You're taller than she is."
maybe 5'1" or 5'2".
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Randy might be like 5'4".
He might be
like 5'4".
Yeah.
I'm 5'7". Yeah, he's probably up to like my eyes, my nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't wait to train with Randy again. He said he's gonna come. I need to come out and visit you guys sometime. We need to get out there.
Yeah, we have the summit next week.
Yeah,
Josh Hanger, Kristian. Yeah, we have that. We have a good amount of people come in for that.
Nice.
They have no idea. It's gonna be hot as hell.
No, they don't know about the no air. Huh?
You got
No AC. Yeah, man, it's terrible. We have heat though, so in the wintertime we're good.
That's good.
no, that's good.
Summertime with the no heat. After you train for a while, it's all in the mind. It's like
I was gonna say, I mean,
Yeah.
after a while, you're just going, man. It doesn't even
Yeah.
matter. Once your body's warmed up, anything like that, that's like going out and running or working out, man. Once you get really hot, you're past it.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
Yeah, it just sucks for like the brand new white belts. Like, oh fuck, it's so hot. But like, we haven't heard anyone complain about how
Good.
hot it is though.
Good.
So like
that's
when
good.
you walk in, let's just say it's like a 95 degree or 90 degree day.
Mm-hmm.
You walk in. When I walk in, open the door. Before I open up because we have a big garage, so we open that up to let the air in, and then when we open that small door, so the air kind of circulates.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So before I open anything, I go to the thing. It says like 105. You're in 105. So I like turn the fan on, turn both fans on, and then open up the garage. But once evening class happened around 7 p.m., the sun goes down. It's less humid, so like it's still hot. But
yeah, but
it's not as bad.
Yeah.
So like noon class, like 11 a.m. class type of heat is different than like 7 p.m. heat.
Oh, I
It's
bet.
bad. It's bad.
You could just introduce like a new, like, hot yoga is a big thing. You just introduce hot jujitsu. Like,
Man, hot yoga is
yes,
tough too.
it is. Yeah. Yeah. I know a couple people that do it. They're always telling me all the time, like, you should try hot yoga. I'm like, I don't do regular yoga. I'm like, I just do it on my own at home. Like, I'm not doing no hot yoga.
Yeah, they turned that up to like 100 degrees for hot yoga for sure.
Yeah. that's what I
For
thought.
like 90 minutes.
For 90 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. At the end, they just give you the really, really cold towel. That's like the favorite part. It's like, it puts on your face, you lay down and like just don't say anything. They're kind of just like taking a nap a little bit, and then everyone leaves. I did it once.
Oh, okay.
I was like, and then like I had a whole gallon of water with me. I didn't drink it. I poured down my face.
It on.
The whole class, I just like poured down my face. It's so hot. I was like, nah, not again. Nope.
That's awesome. That's cool though. Very good. How long what got you into photography, man? I know you're honestly, really big
I
into
don't
it.
know.
Did you just like fall in love with art and stuff like that, kind of?
Yeah, like I mean, if I remember, like if my first camera was like my dad bought like a Nikon camera, just like used for family picture taking.
Sure.
So like after I started taking pictures, I saw like old picture of it. I'm like, oh, I took this with my little brother. I'm like, that's cool. And then I don't know, I just like kind of got into it's just like naturally fall into it. But I've gotten I've done everything myself, like researching what kind of lens to get, what kind of camera. So I got like a Canon. I wanted it for video first, but then I ended up taking more pictures than videos. So I started like investing in more like a better camera for pictures instead of video. But yeah, I just started taking pictures and then started like doing wedding gigs on the side for friends for cheap, Yeah. But now I'm like, hey, someone wants to like wedding photography. I'm charging you like $5,000. Right. Like, and I know what to do now.
Right. Yeah. You've taught yourself, man. You put the legwork in, you put the time in. I'm always curious because my wife has a lot of friends that do it, they do it on the side, like a side hustle type thing.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
and that's how they got into it too. Like they kind of self-taught themselves. They loved it. Loved cameras and seeing what they could do with it. And it was like, so I'm always curious, when I hear someone like what you can do with it. Cause photography, I mean, in my opinion, it's kind of a never ending thing. Like you can tell a whole story, you can tell a whole, everything. And it's, a caption in time, which lasts forever, you know, especially now with where it is versus, old school. Crankers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Back in the day when, man, I wonder what that picture's going to look like. Wait till I take it down to Kmart, man. And,
jiu-jitsu especially too. Like, I feel like for me, I know how to take jiu-jitsu pictures because as a competitor back in the day, like, and like for Worlds, they have a lot of photographers there. I know how I would like my pictures to be taken as a competitor. I'm like, I like it this way. I don't like it this way. So like, I feel like, so I started taking a lot of picture and during training.
Oh, okay.
And then but like a lot of it has to do with like the type of lens you use. So I kind of like invest in that one lens I use. You guys see all the time for like Logic. I haven't been taking a lot of that because I've been very busy outside of it, taking pictures for other jiu-jitsu school too. Like a lot of now like new gym owner, if they're like still young and they want to like promote their business, they need really, if you want everyone to like promote your business, you need to have really good quality pictures and videos and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been doing a lot of reels for Kristian. That's all I did for him.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Those are the reels. They're so simple. It's just like the setup that I have. It's like, it gives you that look.
Sure.
Like that's like all it is. But I've been doing a lot of like tournament gigs for pictures. A lot of parents like, well, at first they like hire me. It was all JT tours kids from Essentials. So I literally took a picture of one of the students at a local tournament in grappling industry. And I was like, hey, I know JT. We Otto's affiliated. I'll send you those pictures for free. Like just, you know, let the kids have it. And then now they have kids Pan Am, so they like all hit me up. Yeah. At first they're like, oh, don't miss my kids match. I'm like, I'm pretty fast. Like I don't think I'm gonna miss it, you know. So, and then after that, I got a really cool picture because I think a lot of people didn't know I could take pictures like that because I never been to a IBJJF tournament because the environment, like the color and everything, the tone, the light, really like it makes your picture looks more like professional versus like you're at a gym, you're at a IBJJF. Yeah. I mean, like a Naga tournament, smaller tournament, but. Yeah, those pictures really stand out. And like, I had a lot of parents after the Kids Pan Ams. I had a lot of parents like thanking me, a lot of parents asking me for future tournaments, adults asking me for like future like tournaments. And then you also have those guys like ask if you took pictures of them.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't book you, you know?
Yeah,
I'm like, nah, I just did Otto's kids. Yeah, mainly Otto's kids and Essential kids. I didn't really do anything else. And then I did a couple like people that I know. The coaches were there and I was like, oh, I didn't know you guys are competing. And then from there, I was at the tournament. They asked me to take pictures of them, and then they paid me. It's like super simple.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So I was like busy that weekend, but
that's how you market yourself too, man. Just like you said.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's how you do it. You grind. You put in, like you said, you taught yourself and everything, but grinding and part of it, you went to these tournaments and you're like, here, you know, free pictures for a few. And then people catch an eye, they see it and they're like, man, this guy's really good, you know, and then boom, it can just go from there.
Yeah. Especially
that's awesome,
kids.
Man.
The parents want.
Yeah. Parents want those pictures. Yeah.
They want to put on the walls and everything. Yeah. It's going to be dope.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Good on you, man. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Very cool.
Appreciate it.
So I got to ask, what kind of hunting are you into?
Hold on. I'll get it real quick. I'm into like bow hunting.
Oh, okay.
Bow hunt. Yeah. I'm into bow hunting.
I've seen on your Instagram like shooting, but I seen like you shooting, and then I seen some still pictures of you like pulling back on your bow and like, whatnot. Let me see. Yeah, you're good.
So like I mount my AR there.
Oh yeah,
so
nice.
That's like the one I mainly shoot.
Okay.
For like just like getting the reps in and stuff like that. Do you guys shoot too, or?
So I do. Chad, I don't think you do you?
I haven't in a long time. I grew up.
Yeah,
I grew up in this, like in the country, and I've been hunting since I was a kid. But
nice.
Haven't in a long time. Just time and family and stuff. But
yeah, so this is the bow I switched from Hoyt to the Matthews.
Nice. Yeah.
I just like the looks of it. I kind of like upgraded the model, but like I downgraded the weight.
Okay.
Now it's aluminum. So it's
that's I was going to ask you if that was aluminum body.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's very light. It looks light.
No, it's not as light. The carbon one's like so light.
Oh, the carbon ones are, yeah.
I just like the way it looks, and yeah.
I just sold my compound Matthews. I had a ZX7. Nice. Last year. I did a lot of deer hunting with my compound bow, but I'm getting older, and I was like, and I like it and stuff, but I was like, I'm gonna get a crossbow, and I haven't got it. Yeah, but I was like, I'm just the compound bow is great, but we moved years ago, and I would get funny looks if shooting my bow in my yard.
Yeah, I like shooting. I like
from my neighbors. Like, what's that guy doing?
I like to just in general shooting targets. Like I really like to shoot like far range, like far distance targets. So like I'll start with like 30, but after that I'll go to 60, and then I'll go to
60, 70,
I'll go 90, I'll go to 100.
Nice. Do you guys have any and I don't know this, just out of curiosity, do you guys have any parks that have like decoys set up? Man, we have parks here. Like we have one park here that literally they have different stations and they have decoys set up everywhere from different ranges, and you can shoot from towering platforms.
I found one not too far, but like it's not decoy, it's just like big like targets.
Oh, okay. Just like regular okay.
Yeah, but I just go to my friend's house. Like he lives probably like 30, 35 minutes away, and he just got a yard. He's got a big yard, and he just set up his stuff in the back so we can shoot. Farthest probably 90 yards. But we had to go into like his neighbor's backyard to shoot from it. It's open. It's all open, so we just walk all the way down, and then we'll shoot. Yeah, I don't like to shoot like just by myself. It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
So I'll shoot with my friends. We'll put the balloons out. We'll put some balloons out. It's like, let's see who hits it, you know?
90's hard, man. 90 is a super hard shot.
Tiny little like movement. Your shot's going to be off.
Yeah. And you're using a reverse trigger, or what I call a reverse trigger. You're using a spin trigger where it's up. Like I've always used a straight back trigger, you know, to hear
the trigger.
But you're using the spin trigger, which is more like it's more of a pro style. Like a lot of guys are hunting with them now. They turn all the way up. I've never was comfortable because I learned so young, just pulling, you know, clipping and just having that trigger here, like right. Yeah,
that's like Cam Haynes. Like he don't fix it. It's not broke, you know?
Right.
Like
exactly.
Stick with it. Yeah. I just like learn it. That was my first trigger. So I was like, all right, let me just stick with it.
You actually get less movement in that wrist because you lock your wrist in. So
so you're already angered. You don't have to go here.
It's
pull back, you're already here.
It's awesome. much better, especially if you're shooting.
Yeah.
I've never shot anything in the field at 90 yards. I always would wait for them to come in, and it would be, you know, 40 yards. It's like, okay, that's good. Cause I don't want to miss this. And when you're hunting from a tree stand, you get jumped the line a lot, and angling down, you know, is
I haven't shot a deer yet. I missed 2 shots. I was like so pissed. My trip was Friday to Sunday, and I saw the 2 does on Fridays. I missed 2 shots. I was like, damn. I was gonna get it. I was gonna get out of there.
Just get out. Yeah, get in, get out.
But it was a long weekend. I was like, all right, let's do better.
You hunt with your AR too, or you just shoot?
No, I just shoot with it. I just do a lot of drills with the AR.
Nice.
Yeah, I got into it because my wife Morgan's stepdad.
Oh, okay.
So I went. Yeah, like when I first met her, I went down and visit her family, and then first thing.
You're like, what am I getting?
The stepdad's like, oh, Kyle, let me show you some. The whole gun closet, you know, down south, you know. I was like, oh, cool. I have videos of me like shooting like the handgun, the shotgun, like way back when I first got into it. It's just like so amateur.
Sure, yeah. But, you got to learn somewhere though.
It doesn't matter how much Call of Duty you play. You got to do this in real life. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So and then like I got invested in firearm like. Probably during like the tough time like last year.
Oh, okay.
And I just like started drilling it, and then I started meeting new people that's like in the like firearm industry. That's like
nice.
Like really invest them into it, and now like I have like people. He's like kind of far, so like we're still gonna like get together and do like content, like creating content for like firearm stuff like that. So,
nice. That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, just. Ammo shortage is like a thing. So
that's it, especially with the AR. Yeah, shooting AR, man. Like you can shoot you shoot a 22 for pennies on the dollar right now, no problem. But at 49, 45, forget it. Like it's just here, our local places here, like our local gun shops, you get ammunition. They wait at the door. They wait before, like they know when trucks coming in, and there's people lined up at the door.
Like get ready.
And they're going in, and obviously there's a certain amount there are regulations where buying is only allowed
like
so
one
many
box.
Yeah, exactly. But still, I mean, guys do it every day because they want to get as much as they can. They're trying to fill safes up, just fill a safe up with ammunition. It's crazy.
So I've been just like dry firing a lot at home. Yeah. And same thing with firearm and archery. I just like research myself.
Yeah.
I never been to a firearm class or any class. It's just like myself. I do it myself.
Yeah.
And funny too, like with the archery, like dry fire first bolt I got, I was like testing it. I was like pulling back. I was like, oh, this is nice. And then I was downstairs. My wife was like, why don't you just pull the trigger? I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to. And then I did it. And then something just popped. I was like, oh no, my string broke.
Oh, did it break?
Yeah. And it was during COVID too. So it was like, that was my COVID hobby.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do jiu-jitsu. So that was my COVID hobby. So I started doing archery. Yeah, that's how I got into it.
That's how you got into it. Nice.
Yeah, because one of our teammates does it. He just joined and
nice.
He was like, "Oh, you should do archery. You really like it." And then he told me to look into like podcasts and stuff like Joe Rogan, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And like he does archery.
He does a lot of archery. Yeah,
and it's definitely like almost like connected to like how jiu-jitsu is like in that mindset when you're like out in the field shooting, because it's not like rushy. It's like taking your time.
Complete
you have
time.
to make sure you focus. Chet Mandis, a lot of guys do it. I'm like, yo, this is sick.
Yeah,
and it's cool too.
I would say like recurve compound bows are it's the hardest thing to shoot in terms of the focus, because especially when you're hunting, depending on what type of hunting you're doing, but you're going to pull and obviously your cams are going to release and then it relaxes, but you're holding it and you got to hold it and you can't, your arms can't start bouncing, and if you're shooting like targets wise, like if you're just out shooting and having a good time, you want to practice that. You want to build your mindset.
The reps, just like jiu-jitsu, the reps, you gotta put in the reps or else it's not gonna work.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%.
Or you feel confident in that range. That's why I like to shoot long range, because if you can shoot long range, 20 yards is not going to be a problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
Only at that time I was like up on the tree stand. It wasn't a tree stand, it was a tree house. Because I gotta get this like out of the way too. Because my friend, he's like, oh, get on a tree stand. I'm like, listen, I'm scared of heights. I'm like, he was like, yeah, just grab one hand with the bow, one hand on the ladder, and then go up. I'm like, dude, you gotta put me on the blind or like a tree house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid of height. That's like one fear. I was like, oh, I can't get up there, dude.
First of all, he should have never put you up a ladder and had you carry your bow.
I know. I was like,
you just tie that bow and pull it up to you.
He was like, yeah, when you get up there, I put the bow on the seat and then I go up there and I put the bow off the seat. I sit down, put on the lap. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting up on that. Yeah. And they had to take me to the tree stand. I was like, tree stand's better. There's stairs.
Yes.
Stairs. And I'm inside the tree house. So I was like chilling there.
Tree stands are much better now than they used to be too. Like,
I
began hunting in makeshift tree stands where they were like 2x4 woodens with like just a piece of plywood platform. And you climbed up and you were like, and you never thought about, well, I just was so used to it, never thought about falling out. But I look back now on some of that old stuff that would still be in the woods and I'm like, what was wrong with me? I was like, I was young and really dumb. Like, you just climb up that tree. Like, yeah, no, that was stupid. I'm with you, Kyle. Now I'm like, see that one that has like stairs that goes up and it's got a platform with this bar that comes over. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not stairs in there. Right. I was like, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm
you
doing
can move around a little bit.
Right. You feel a little safe.
Yeah. First time, like when you draw back too, like the first time when you see a moving animal, you're literally like, when I first draw back, I was like shaking.
Yep.
It took like maybe like 10-15 seconds for me to draw all the way back. I was like, yo, I'm shaking right now.
And Chad, like, this from hunting when you were young, that never goes away.
No.
Like Kyle, that's never going away. Like, anytime you ever hunt, man, like, it's not going away. Like, even
you
to this
see it
day,
coming, you're like, oh yeah.
Adrenaline starts going.
Yeah.
Then once you hit, oof. Like just sit down.
Best feeling ever.
relax.
When you hit it, best feeling ever.
Right. Yeah. Because what we tell people, what me and my buddies that we hunt with, it's like everyone loves to hunt, but it's the after.
Yeah.
It's the work. Because once you're done, they don't tell you about like, well, some people it's like, oh, you gotta field dress this, you gotta do this, you gotta clean this, and you gotta drag this out of the middle of nowhere in the woods.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
right.
it's hard work.
Yeah,
it's definitely so fun if you like go with like friends.
Oh yeah,
like
when it's a family atmosphere.
Yeah, you know, like elk hunt's definitely like one of my checklists that I need to like. I wanted to do like elk hunting.
Nice.
That's something.
Yeah, because you're trucking in. A lot of times you're camping. You're doing usually a camp. Because if you get one, I mean, you're quartering them out depending on what happens. You know, that's a big job. It's
I hate cold weather too. Now, so I don't even know why I got into it like that.
My man, you go stay close to the ground because you don't like heights. So you're like, I'm pulling guard. I'm down here.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, I don't like it cold. It can be hot, but it can't be real cold.
Yeah, I'm like shivering in the blinds. I'm like, dude, hand warmers.
Yes. Hey, there's nothing wrong with hand warmers. I still use them. Use them, man. It's like
they saved me. They saved me last winter. I was like, yo, I'm freezing.
Yeah. Just throw them in your pocket and like I won't wear gloves, but I'll just keep my hands in my pockets with a couple warmers in there and just let my hands rest. You know, but I like the freedom of being able to feel everything that I'm doing, whether I'm hunting, you know, with a shotgun or something. It's I want my hands to be able to touch what I'm actually feeling and not a glove.
Exactly. Yep.
You know?
As long as your feet are warm, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because once your feet get
insulated,
cold, that's it, right?
I'll never forget the last time. This is bad. I haven't hunted for a long time, but I went to a buddy's farm that I'd never been to, and obviously you get there before the sun's up or as the sun's coming up to get your spot. And he's like,
"Yep,
you know, go over here across the creek up on the hill and sit there." Well, I stepped in the creek, both feet up, you know, up to my ankles. My feet are soaked. I got pissed off and went back to the truck.
I was going to say at that point, you're like, do I tell anybody? I'm super wet. Like, do I try to do this? Like,
you almost have you can't really fight through that.
No,
like,
it's miserable.
It's miserable.
No, you just want to take that off.
Bad.
You want it off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not a good thing.
Well, good for you, Kyle, man, for taking up that hobby because, I mean, it's a great hobby like jujitsu, man. Like
it's expensive hobbies.
It's
all my hobbies.
I was gonna say
all my hobbies are expensive. I'm like, dude, I gotta stop.
Well, like that AR you have, I built mine. Like I built my AR. So I have a Rock River. So I built a Rock River, and then I put I have an Smith & Wesson M&P lower on mine. But yeah, I mean, you can get into that stuff too. You can start building like all your own stuff. You know,
should see my first build. I sold it. It was like
nice.
black and red.
Oh wow.
It was like so colorful, right? Unnecessary stuff on it. So now it's like a go-to because I could for this one I could like carry it.
Oh, like, nice.
In the car because it's a short barrel.
Yeah, you have a short barrel on it. Yeah.
So I just have a sling here.
Yep.
The brace.
You got red dot on that?
Yeah, EOTech.
Yeah, EOTech. Yeah, EOTech's the best.
Daniel Defense sights and a suppressor I just got.
Wow. Yeah. Nice.
I waited like probably 7 months for it.
Yeah. That's about right. That sounds about right.
That's it. And this new handguard. I mean, not handguard. The hand stop.
The hand stop. Yeah.
With it's amazing.
You got a quad rail. Yeah, you have a quad rail on that, so you can. Yeah. Nice.
And I have a light on this.
Yeah.
That's it.
Very cool.
Super easy. But yeah, this thing is awesome.
Boys and their toys.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't need anything anymore.
See,
too much.
That's why you keep that stuff now, man. You start having babies. Morgan's like, start having babies now, man. Like Chad and I, it's like we're past that point. It's no more toys in our boys and our toys. You know what our toys is? Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. Yep. Every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how I don't have any other hobbies. I'm afraid because I'm that, you know, I think we're all like this. We're all into whatever we're doing.
Right. You're all in.
You're all in. So I've had over the years, hey, you want to go golfing? No, I don't.
No.
I don't know if I would like it, but I'm afraid I would.
Right.
And then that's an expensive hobby too.
It is very expensive.
Yeah.
So
Jiu-jitsu is not an expensive hobby. I mean, it can be.
Well,
if you want to buy every gi in the entire world, and you know what I mean, like you got to have like.
Man, there's so many gis to drop. There's way too many gis. Like they have it set up. I went to RV's headquarters. I'm like, yo, you got the whole. Because I went there like 2019. I'm like, yo, you got the whole 2020 set up. The month of drop. I never seen this gi before. They just
already got it.
Yeah, wow. they got stuff. Yeah, they don't mastermind things like at the moment. They have it. They have it for next year.
They have it planned completely.
They have it. Yeah. Now they
seems like
they ordered the gi and they're ready to go.
It seems like AP stepped up their drops too. Like they've really come out with a lot.
Yeah, Shoryoro is crazy expensive. I do like their stuff too a lot too. But they're boys like RV and the guy from Shoryoro. I think his name's Bear. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really close together. So
yeah.
Love their gis for sure. And then Kristian's dropping his AP and Logic gi too.
I saw the black on black.
Someone was like, "Yo, can we get the AP? Can we get the AP gi without the Logic logo?" She's like, "No."
That's good though, man, because that's like his, like
it's dope
and it's sweet. Like
he designed it too.
Oh, he did, right? Nice.
Yeah, Kristian
Very
did.
Nice.
Kristian designed it, so he's really good at like doing that too.
Yeah, he's good at a lot of things.
Yeah, and then he does paintball.
Yeah,
paintball every weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, when we had him on, that's the other thing too. I was like,
that's expensive.
It's another expensive hobby too, man, because you can get into some serious cash. Yeah, go buy an AR, go buy a paintball gun. I mean, you might not be far off in price when you get it all said and done. You can still buy a lot of accessories.
Paintball gun, they're expensive.
Yeah,
he almost got me into it, but I'm like, because like me and my buddy, we went to paintball. We went to shoot paintball like last year during the winter or 2 years ago. Yeah, last year was COVID. And then I was like, oh, this is fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
It's fun for sure. I started asking him questions. He's like, oh, dude, you get this, you get that. I almost got into it, but I'm like, I don't even know why I didn't. But because like you're talking about gears, you're talking about like the paintball gun is just one thing, but you're talking about like gears, you're talking about mass and everything. I'm like, yo,
all kinds of.
I'm good. I just kind of like, if I don't focus on something too much, it just kind of falls off. I just don't touch it, just don't touch it.
So it's kind of like Chad, what you were saying, man, like you were all in, like, and it's kind of like, I mean, guys who do jujitsu, and we've talked about this before. Kyle, we've asked all of our guests, we kind of asked like, jujitsu for everybody or everyone's not for jujitsu, but it's like the guys who stick and do it or the ladies who stick and do it. It's they're all in. Like, it's like you said, like you got people come and you close them. So you're like, signed, but they're like, yeah, I'm signing up, man. Let's do it. Chad's talked about it. We got people coming in and it's like, boom, they sign up. They're all in. They're in, they stay. They
for
do
sure.
It,
for me, like, I feel like my focus in jiu-jitsu kind of like shifted a lot actually.
Okay.
Because at first, like, it was just like before I started like teaching and like working.
Sure.
Like in this industry, I was just training,
Okay.
I like train twice a day, every day. Like I was like in the summertime, like when I was in middle school and high school, I didn't do any like hanging out with friends besides like just jiu-jitsu. And all my friends are in jiu-jitsu. So they're all in the adults class and they're all like 20s and up. And I was like 15, 14, 16. And all I did was just train jiu-jitsu. Like, and then high school, I started doing wrestling because my friend told the wrestling coach like, oh, you should recruit this guy because he does jiu-jitsu, which it doesn't really help much, but it did a little bit because I was like on my side doing wrestling. I was getting yelled at like, you're gonna get pinned, blah blah blah. Because in wrestling you can ride the legs. I don't even know how to like do it anymore, but you can ride the legs and like pin them almost like a twister.
Sure.
Right, and then you like do this and then you pin them down and you get the win. But yeah, wrestling was tough. Wrestling was definitely tough. Like when I did wrestling, my schedule was when I wake up, it was in high school, sophomore year. I didn't even have to try it out. They're just like, oh, you're on the team. And they weren't the best school for wrestling either. Like PA and Jersey is huge on wrestling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I knew
And
that. Yeah.
yeah, so my schedule was I wake up at 7, take the subway to go to school, but I already have both my gear bags for wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So I would do jiu-jitsu right after school from 3:30 to like 5 or 5:30, and I take the bus, go right into jiu-jitsu class from 7.
Wow.
I'll get there around like 7:30 because it's a little far. So
Sure.
I go 7 to like 8:30, and then I get home around like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Man,
Like,
wow,
the whole
brother.
sophomore year,
He's
and then
like
after
trained
that,
all the time. Man, it's
yeah, after
wild. This
that,
is bananas, man.
yeah, after that I stopped. It was a lot.
I
Like,
bet.
yeah, like as when you're 16, when you're 17, like when you're a teenager, you don't really feel sore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but if you're doing that much, you definitely feel. You don't. I didn't feel. I don't remember if I felt sore, but I just felt like really tired.
Tired, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you wore
I remember
down
one
your
day.
body. Yeah.
Yeah, like I get changed in my uniform. I went home after jiu-jitsu class. I remember one day I literally got into my room, lights were on. I literally fell into my bed and I passed out. And I woke up the next day with the same uniform on. I was like, yeah, it was a lot.
Wow.
It was a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. It's funny too, like one of my wrestling coach, he was an assistant coach, and he's probably like let me see. He's probably like 6 foot 185. And then he challenged me to like a freestyle like match at the high school wrestling mat. I was like, so we had like our wrestling shoes on everything, and then he was like, "You want to roll?" I was like, "Wrestling? No, like you're gonna kill me." He was like, "Oh, it's free for all." So like, dude, I was like, "So can I be on my back?" And then because I was a purple belt back then when I started
nice.
wrestling, yeah.
Okay.
So I like choked him. I triangle choked him. Yeah, and then it's funny,
Awesome.
after that year was done, going into junior year, that summer, I was at New York Open, and I saw him in a gi doing jiu-jitsu,
wow.
right? But man, listen, he was killing everybody.
He was.
'Cause he's a white belt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he's a
right.
wresler.
But he's a wrestler, so he was able to
And
use his wrestling.
He was on
Yeah.
top. He would just like half now some people and then like put him down
Yeah.
past the guard. He was killing everybody. I don't know if he still does it. I was like, "Yo, is that you? What are you doing here?" Yeah, it's crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't tell him to do jiu-jitsu, and end up like in the summer I saw him. I was like, "This is pretty cool. Definitely awesome to like see that."
Yeah, that's very cool because I mean, it's like it could have had, and it probably did a little bit with that role that you had with him. You know what I mean? Because it was like, right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, wait a minute, like, what did he just do? Like, I need to
I'm
go
like,
figure this out.
Yeah,
you
back
know,
then I was like 130. You know,
right.
now
he's
I'm
a
like
coach. You're a
140.
student.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, wait a minute, hold on a second.
Yeah. Like, you don't think this work, man? I'll show
you. Did you fall in love with jujitsu like pretty quickly? Like, you know, because you did it before that. Was it kind of like, did you like see it and go, wow, this is totally different than, you know, like when you were watching it, when you were spending those 30-minute times getting to watch it, and then when you started participating?
Because I didn't know what's going on. So it's when I started doing it. So like the first choke I learned was a triangle choke. And I was like, yo, this is dope. When you can strangle someone like with your legs, and they can't do anything about it but give up and tap, and they're bigger than you, that's like pretty powerful, you know, for me.
Sure.
I was like, that's cool. And I think I do too much triangle where like my knees like feeling it now, like my knee hurts.
Oh man.
But yeah, I definitely like when I start training, I like fell more in love with it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool,
definitely.
Man.
Yeah.
And then it just became like a life passion. So you just stayed with it, obviously, and you're going to be doing it for.
Yeah. And then
26, man, you're going to be doing this for another 50 years.
Exactly. Right.
Know?
And then like I said, like my focus shift a lot the past, like I would say like 2-3 years, because of like, I mean, I've been teaching since I was like 17, like 18. So it's cool too, like for me to, as a 17-year-old or like 18-year-old, and go into a jiu-jitsu class and then I'll teach technique to like people who's more like older than me, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then I feel like I enjoy a lot of teaching of what I like to do this game, and then I like teach it to someone else, teach it to the student. That's probably like how Chad is too, like teaching the student, and you see them doing the stuff that you teach. It's like, it makes you so like happy and enjoy, and like, hey, this guy listening, you know, he's doing it, you know, And then you got a student coming up to you like, hey, I just hit this move. And then like when you teach seminars, you go, hey, my son just hit this in the competition. Like it feels good when you have that type of feedback from like people you saw once and taught this. And then even if it's just like an Instagram video, you show something and then they learn it, and then when they hit it on tournament, it's like it's crazy.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's powerful for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love that, and I feel like I enjoy a lot more of teaching. I still love competing because that feeling will never go away when you're like out on the mat trying to go compete. But I'm not saying I'm old, but at a certain age, you're gonna fall back.
Yeah,
and then you're gonna focus on your career, and just like kind of pass on to
Well, you pass the torch, like you give the knowledge that you have gathered over this journey that you're taking and that you're still taking. And I've said this to Chad, and being young in jiu-jitsu, I've done martial arts, a good part of my life, and, more of the forms and all that kind of stuff with karate and some kung fu and stuff like that. But with jiu-jitsu, it's just this knowledge that just doesn't ever go away. So like, I always thank Chad all the time, because I'm like, man, like he's willing to give all this knowledge that he's learned over all these years. Kyle, you're the same way. Like you're passing all this knowledge into everyone you're teaching. Kristian, I love it just being around him, getting all that knowledge, always picking his brain for different things. But like that community of jiu-jitsu is like, they want to pass it on. Like you want to give what you've learned, because you also know how hard it is to get there, to do this. Like it's not easy. It's not it's not an easy martial art, man.
It's not. You have to really do this for a long time to be able to like pass on the correct information for sure.
Correct.
And I feel like when I met Kristian too, like my teaching changed completely. How to because like a lot of, when I first started, it was a lot of like by the book, right? So like you'll throughout the whole month, you'll teach this and that and that and that, and just kind of like by the book. And then Kristian's more, you already know, like more of like concept and positioning, understanding the position. It's not just technique, because the technique doesn't work. You don't understand the positioning, you're pretty much like out of luck. you know?
Right. Which that's what he always says, doesn't he, Chad?
He definitely helps a lot. Can't like now my teaching comes a lot from like just like being in his class.
Sure.
And I'll take like small information from him, I'll put it into my own,
Yeah.
You can't, I would say like you really, really can't copy the way he teaches. No one can.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's really, you just can't. It's
Right.
a different type of like teaching, and not a lot of people can like do that. Like he's a really, really, really good like instructor, help you understand jiu-jitsu and like a whole nother like level, versus just like do this, do that, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information going into like small details.
Yeah, and that's
like pointed out.
Yeah, that's what I've got from him when he's been out with us. One of my guys did a private with him, and I did the private also to kind of just so he had somebody to work with.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even my private, and I picked up one little grip thing, and it's changed.
Exactly.
It changed like my guard recovery.
Like he'll explain like cross collar, same side collar, shoulder rotation, cross collar posture, stuff like that. Just tiny stuff that helps a lot.
Yeah, that whole because I play a lot of collar sleeve stuff.
Yeah.
And just that grip where you keep your shoulder in front of your hand.
Yeah.
Shoulder,
Yeah. Like make sure your shoulder not 90 degree. If it go past 90 degree, you're gonna get flattened out and stuff like that.
That changed everything.
Yeah.
And then it worked in it because I like to loop choke a lot. So it worked into that grip. So
loop choke's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
I love loop chokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first series that I learned when you went over that, Chad, last year, it was like, this is really cool. And then I got cauliflower ear from it because training in it and constantly getting it. Like
loop choke is super unpredictable.
Yeah.
It's a cross collar grip.
Right.
Yeah. And if people are trying to pass and you don't have to break the cross collar to pass, but like when they're constantly when their hands are on your pants or your knees trying to pass, and you have a cross collar, they're exposing their neck the whole time.
Right. Yeah. So because their heads up.
You have to really, really just the timing for that. It's everything.
Yeah, and it's a non-threatening grip because your grip is so low compared to like a,
Yeah. It's not like, oh, I'm going for a cross collar.
Yeah.
They know that. They're going to start posturing up.
Yep.
Yeah. So super unpredictable, but super effective once you get it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love
Good
that.
stuff, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Man, we covered a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
We just hang out. Like that's what we like to do, Kyle. Just hang out.
What time
chat
is
about
it
all kinds
over there for you guys?
It's like 9:25.
Oh, we're in the same time zone.
Yeah. We're in the same. We're Eastern time. I always put that in email, like, because we've had other guests where we were off by an hour because we didn't realize where each other were, and like.
Yeah, I thought you guys were maybe like 1 hour behind me.
No, we're Philly time, same time as Canton, Ohio time.
Nice. Ohio is good, really good hunting state too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some big critters.
Yeah. Ohio's definitely a big hunting spot.
Yeah, it's good. It's good here. And all kinds. I mean, you can get all, everything from deer to, I know guys who duck hunt and pheasant hunt and all kinds of stuff. So you have a German Shepherd, right?
Yeah. German
nice.
Shepherd and an Australian Shepherd.
Oh, nice. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I have 3 dogs. I have a new puppy too. That's just not a week old. She's only been in the house for a week. Yeah. Chad's like, dude, you're nuts. Like there's something wrong with you, which we all know.
The one giant dog is behind him. If you can see it, Kyle.
Oh,
I see it. Yeah.
Lucy is back there, isn't she?
Yeah, I see it.
She's back there on that's a Cane Corso. That's an Italian Mastiff. So she's kind of got herself balled up a little bit, but she's roughly around 125, 130.
Ooh.
She's 5 years old.
Oh,
and then I have 2 German short-haired pointers, which Chad's familiar with them. So they're hunting dogs. We're not going to use them for hunting. We mostly use them for running trails and running outside and stuff.
Awesome.
They're super agility and super running. Now the one is obviously a 9-week-old puppy, and the other one will be a year. Actually, next Friday, the 13th of August will be a year.
Nice.
So yeah. And I have 3 kids, so I like chaos, man.
Hey, busy guy.
Yeah,
busy
3
man.
kids,
Nice.
3 dogs.
That's perfect.
And go to jujitsu as much as I can. Clearly, the reason why I have to, because I have 3 kids and 3 dogs.
Oh man.
So it's all good. Well, man, we won't to keep you any longer. Shout out anyone, like all your social, anywhere anyone can get at you, man, and obviously we do this all the time. We'll put it all in the show notes too. Any sponsors, man? Like who you getting? Anyone you're sponsoring you right now?
Yeah. So shout out to like AMP, Albino Perto.
Right on.
Also, I haven't been gaming in a while, but like shout out to XSET. XSET is like a gaming company you just started last year. So they
nice.
just had their 1 year anniversary. So what happened is AP, RV and his close friend who started XSET, asked RV, you know anybody in jiu-jitsu industry doing gaming? And then they hit me up. And then
I was like,
yeah, I
hands up.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's cool. Let's do some. And then they did some drops for XSET AP.
Nice.
For gi and not gi, no gi stuff, apparel stuff. So nothing crazy, but yeah, shout out to them. Anything else? Yeah, shout out to Logic Philly. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, thanks,
appreciate
man.
you guys having me on the podcast.
Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks for coming on.
Awesome conversation for sure. Yeah.
Keep it simple, clean, fresh
chilling.
And fun. You know what I mean? Like we we want to have friends, spread the word of jiu-jitsu, right, Chad?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We're gonna send out some. We got. I don't know if you saw it yet, Kyle, but Terry and I are coming out with our own finger tape. So
nice.
Yeah, limitless tape. I'm sending Kristian some, so we'll get you some.
Okay. So when I put the ad, I was like, oh, that's not the podcast. I didn't know it was another company.
Yeah,
there's
we started a separate. Yeah, we got
the same type of
same logo.
Yeah, we're using the Limitless logo that we have for Limitless Radiocast, but we're just Limitless tape, and we did a ton of research, and we had a lot of guys test it for us, and we tested it ourselves, so it was cool. So we're finally at the point to where tape's ordered, it's shipping soon, and I'll start dropping it to everyone and anyone that tapes And you can use it for hunting, man. You can tape your fingers for hunting, man. Like you ain't gotta worry about it. Like just tape it up. Like my fingers are sore today. I pulled my bow back 50 times. I want to do another 25.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna load this AR ammo all the time, man. This is terrible. Like my thumb is hurting, you know. Like
my hands gets crazy shooting guns.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get those gamer hands by shooting guns.
No.
It's get worked. You get some calluses in places in the hands, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, for sure. Jiu-jitsu hands for sure.
Yeah, right on. Cool.
When we get it, we'll get you some.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll get some photos for you guys too. Like, yeah. I did some for like Gripple. I think I did some because like Dennis, one of our black belts.
Yeah.
He Gripple tapes some to him, and then I just like took some pictures.
Oh,
right
yeah. Like some of those pictures are mine. I'm like, yo, you gotta tag me, bro.
Yeah, dude, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Keep it in the like I said, keep it in the jiu-jitsu community, man. Keep it in like tag. If you're involved, brother, we're gonna tag you.
Yeah.
The credit is where credit is, you know.
Yeah, I'll get you. So, let me know. I'll
for sure, brother.
Get some pictures for you guys for sure. You can just give like if it's there, just give it to Kristian, so you're not just ship it out and pay extra money for that. You know?
Oh yeah, when he comes in,
because Kristian's coming out soon. Right?
Yep.
He'll be October.
Yeah.
So just hand it to him, so you guys don't have to like pay for it.
Right on, brother.
Easy.
I can't wait.
That works.
It'll be fun to see him again. We had him in.
Nice.
He was doing a seminar somewhere else, and he stopped in He stopped in our gym on a Monday night, and he taught class, which he was kind of a surprise.
Yeah, I did. It was I hit him. I hit him in our employee room, so nobody knew he was there.
It was cool. Chad's just kind of lollying around. Everyone's like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, Kristian pops out and he's like, all right, guys, let's go. Like, everyone was like, what? Yeah. Fortunately,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Sweet. All right, my man. Well, hey, have a good night, man. Appreciate your time. Appreciate everything.
Thank you.
Stay after it. Keep practicing, dude, on the on shooting, man. Just in the bow shooting, man. Just stay after it.
I just gotta find time. That's it.
I know that's the hardest part. That's why I quit shooting compound bow, because I couldn't give it the time that it needed to be given, because when you're shooting compound bow, you can't just pick it up and go shoot. Like I haven't shot in 2-3 months. I'm just going to pick it up and go do it. You can, but you're not going to be good at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you want to hit,
a while.
Yeah. You know, if you want to hit a pop bottle at 30-40 yards, you know, or a quarter or something like this, and that's what you're trying to hit, you're not shooting intermittently months at a time. Like you're shooting all the time. You know, so that's why I sold my bow, because I couldn't do that. I just got to go the old man route and get a crossbow, and then I don't have to worry about it. I got a scope on it, pull it back, I'm good to go. It never comes. Yeah, no, it's easy work. I never got to worry about it. It's like, hey, you bump this thing, it's cool. Come on, I ain't got to worry about it.
So fast too.
And it's so fast, right? It's like, I don't have to worry about nothing jumping the line because it's so fast.
You can even get that thing that pulls it back for you, Terry.
Oh yeah.
Fishing,
all that
like fishing bowl.
Yeah. No one steps on that thing and pulls. Those are old school cross. Yeah. No one does that anymore, man. They're all like automatic, or they have some easy click. It's like, boom, pull it back, reverse. They have reverse arms now and everything that make them super silent and super fast. You know, there's all kinds of stuff out there. Come on. We're in this century of people making things better every day. Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
Cool.
All right, my man. Hey, Kyle, take it easy, brother. We'll see you. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you,
thanks,
man.
brother.
We'll see you, brother. Take it easy. Hey, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the show today. Remember, go out there and check out all our sponsors. That's rollamongus.com, battlebomb.com. At checkout, put in Limitless20 to get a 20% discount on all products. We appreciate it very much. Not only will you be supporting them, but you'll be supporting the Limitless Radiocast podcast. It helps us come back each and every week, bring content to you guys and everything that you do. We love you guys. We're appreciative of you guys. We thank you for all the support. You guys take care. Come back next week.